I'll stay in your room today, but don't tell anyone. Human, said the alien commander girl. Rain fell hard on the outpost dome. The synthetic shield above flickered slightly, catching every droplet with a soft buzz of energy. Inside, I was sitting alone, reviewing defense schematics. The quiet of the evening was broken when the door to my quarters hissed open, and there she stood, Commander Valari of the Zerethian fleet, the alien commander, a warrior, cold as steel, sharp as a blade. But tonight, she looked different. She stepped inside, her armor partially disengaged, revealing the sleek layer beneath that looked like black silk but was far tougher. Her usually intense silver eyes scanned the room quickly. "I'll stay in your room today," she said plainly, but her voice had a strange undertone, softer than her usual sharp command. Then she added, "But don't tell anyone, human." I blinked, unsure if I'd heard her correctly. "What?" She closed the door behind her, the locks clicking shut. "Do not make me repeat myself." "Right. Okay," I said, setting my datapad aside. Valari remained standing, arms folded. She was from a species that didn't often show emotion openly, but I'd worked with her long enough to notice the small things. Her left thumb tapped slightly against her wrist. "Nervous? Is something wrong?" I asked. She looked away. "I don't trust the others tonight." "Zerethians?" "No, the humans." That made my eyebrows lift. "You outrank everyone on this base. Which is why if anything happens to me, it would shake both our alliances." She finally sat on the chair opposite mine, posture tight. "Someone is moving through the inner corridors after curfew. My quarters were accessed while I was on patrol. Nothing taken. But it was not a random mistake." I leaned forward. "You think they were targeting you?" "I do not think. I know." Silence sat between us for a long moment. "I should alert command," I said. She shook her head. "And let them know the commander is hiding in the humans' quarters?" "No, that is why I chose you. You are inconveniently honest and unnoticed. You've kept my secrets before." That last part was true. A few months back, she nearly lost control during a diplomatic hearing when a Zerethian elder insulted her. I covered for her. Maybe she remembered that. "All right," I said. "You can stay here. My bed's over there." Valari stood, walked to it without a word, and sat at the edge. For a long time, she just stared at the floor. "Is it normal," she asked quietly, "for humans to feel this pressure? This twisting in the chest when they do not know who to trust?" "Yeah," I said. "We call that anxiety." "It is awful." I chuckled softly. "Yeah, it really is." She lay back, her long silver hair spilling over the pillow. "Your quarters are warm." I raised an eyebrow. "Yours aren't." "Zerethian rooms are colder, designed for alertness." "Comfort doesn't matter?" "Comfort is weakness." "Well," I said, "I guess you're being weak tonight." She gave me a sharp look. Then, unexpectedly, her lips curled slightly. "Perhaps I am." I offered her a blanket. She didn't take it. Instead, she turned her face slightly toward the wall, her voice barely audible. "You once told me that humans feel safer when they are not alone." I did. She was quiet again. Then she whispered, "Will you stay?" "Just until I fall asleep." I hesitated. She wasn't asking as a commander. She was asking as someone afraid, as someone who had nowhere else to turn. I sat down near the bed, leaning my back against the wall. "I'm here." For a few minutes, there was only the sound of her breathing. "Why do humans help others who offer nothing in return?" she asked suddenly. I thought for a second. "Because helping people feels right, even if there's no reward. It's just what we do." "That makes no sense to me." "I know," I said. but you're starting to understand it. A little. She was silent again. Then quietly, I believe you're the only one on this base who does not fear me. I shrugged. Maybe, or maybe I'm just stupid. Her eyes closed. Stupid, but strangely safe. Minutes passed. Her breathing slowed, deepened. I thought she'd fallen asleep until I heard her murmur softly, "If something happens to me, remember this night." I frowned. "Valari?" But she didn't answer. She had drifted into sleep. The next morning, the base was in quiet uproar. An unknown agent had been caught near the command terminal. They were human, an infiltrator trying to sabotage Zerethian communications. It confirmed Valari's suspicions. She stood next to me in the main briefing room, every trace of vulnerability from a night before gone. Her eyes were steel again. Her voice carried the authority of a queen. But as the others dispersed, she leaned toward me and whispered, "I was right to stay with you." I nodded. "You're always welcome." She looked at me, and I could swear her expression softened for a split second. Later that night, as I returned to my quarters, I found something on my desk. A silver armband etched with Zerethian script. The symbol meant trust. There was no note, no signature, but I knew exactly who left it.